Charlotte Hornets have.
I think they're contemplating blowing it up themselves again.
Oh no, they absolutely are, and I'm looking at their asset list right now. So you've got Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, P.J. Washington, Kelly Oubre Jr., Mason Plumlee, and Jalen McDaniels.
It's actually a pretty decent list of stuff you can get rid of.
Right. P.J. Washington is one of those guys that I think is almost undervalued.
For sure.
Jalen McDaniels, of course. Gordon Hayward is interesting.
Yes.
And Terry Rozier, because both of them, they're a little older. With Hayward, injury prone.
Say they also entering like some of the final years of their deals too.
Yeah. But if you are if you're a buyer,
Yep.
Rozier and Hayward are really interesting, and to a lesser extent, Kelly Oubre.
For sure.
I'm trying to think who would benefit the most from a Rozier or Hayward trade.
Hayward is someone who would need wing depth and more offensively. Honestly, Cavs wouldn't be a bad landing spot. Granted, I'm not necessarily sure offense is the thing they need, but they do need wing depth. Rozier, that's kind of tough. Dallas might be interesting
That was
because
my first thought was the Mavs.
Yeah, because they still kind of need to fill that hole that Brunson left them. Like I didn't think Jalen Brunson's departure would have been that huge. It is huge.
Yeah,
It's a huge gap they're missing when Luka isn't on the court.
Yeah. Honestly, any of those first three, so Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, PJ Washington, I would like to see them on Dallas.
I think Dallas has probably the opposite problem of Atlanta, where Atlanta is probably going to be trying to add defensive piece. I think Dallas wants some form of offense when Luka isn't out there, and playmaking, of course.
Hayward to New Orleans would be interesting too.
Yeah, I mean, New Orleans is in this interesting spot where they have a lot of assets, but I'm not sure what move they would make to help their run, because I think their run is more reliant on Zion staying healthy than it is anything else. So, unless they wanted to move all those assets and make a splash player to kind of hedge their bets in the case that Zion went out, and then they'd have a maybe not 1-for-1 replacement, but serviceable replacement. I could see that, but I don't know if I do that. If you're New Orleans and you have the Lakers pick, hold on, make sure this is still an accurate statement. You are still in the Victor sweepstakes, so you are still in the Victor sweeps. So I mean, go ahead.
Well, I was moving on to the next